Alright, welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are talking about tips that will improve your skill in Shinobi Striker. We got two others joining us today that I feel are experts in the topic they're discussing, and that is RaikageYuske, speaking about advanced movement, and Persona, walking you through one of his favorite weapons to show you that even without these crazy SS's and SS pluses, you can still fry simply by knowing your weapon. Major shout out to them for participating in this video. Without further ado, open your notebook so you can take some notes because we got 7 tips to help you improve your skill in Shinobi Striker. I do hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I hope the information out there helps somebody. Let's get into it. Okay, so there are builds that play the game for you and builds that aid you in your skill set. Here's what I suggest. You need to create a build that is complementary to the skill you possess, your overall goal, and something that challenges you when you're practicing. This is important because if you select a build that plays the game for you, you are not progressing as a player. Everything in this game has a counter, so when someone runs a build that directly counters your play the game for me build, you will be out of luck and suddenly your build is useless. I like to piece together something that allows me to attack, shut down the enemy, or play defensively, or a combination of all three. So for this build, my main method of attack is my weapon, my shutdown is my tool and sand coffin, and my defensive move is 8 trigrams palm rotation. For my outfit skill setup, also complementary to the way that I play the game and my build, so I'm using swift resolution for a crazy boost in my melee attack, untouchable so my back dodge and sideways evasions become quicker. And for my accessory, I like to think that I block very well in this game, so I'm using strength of fate to slow my enemies attack tracking speed every time I reflect them, thus opening up more opportunities to land my charge attacks or react to them better. The most important part of this is to test your build and find areas of improvement. Sometimes things don't work out the way you think they do, or sometimes it just takes more practice for you to be able to use it correctly.
Time for the boxing gloves. Simple weapon. Real easy. One of the best in my opinion. This weapon has a couple things. Long stun on the lunge. Cool. But this thing also has something really cool, like, the long stuns as well. The 5 hits on that light gives a long stun. So you can follow it up with something interesting. That's what we like. But also, the air attacks have a long stun. That allows you to basically continue with some other attacks. So, if you wanted to, you could do, say, boom, 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 into a Leaf Flash. This weapon is really freaking good, especially if you have some movement speed, all kinds of damage. Like, it just goes really hard. Now, what I like to do is chakra jump. So the chakra jump cancel, I'm sure you've seen it before. You're just able to just continue with the light attack over and over again. It's honestly mainly for like flashiness. It doesn't do as much damage, but it's just so fun to do. And you can do this with a couple of other weapons in the game, like the Totsuka blade that Itachi has. So what I like to do, if I want to style on my opponent, I do the air combo. Into that. Like, it's honestly so fun to do. Not really viable, but God, it does some damage. So now if you have some stuff like, teleportation jutsu where it boosts your attack power, it just does a lot more damage. Yeah. Like, this weapon is honestly still one of my favorites. Now, if you're having a hard time doing your chakra jump cancels, You can also like try and mash your block with it, but it's honestly kind of weird. But once you get the like flow of it, you should be able to continue to do it. Like I like to call it my shadow punch. Like, it just goes so hard.
All right. So after you've created your build, you need to learn that there are multiple ways to use your jutsu to your advantage. Take a look at the example. 8 trigrams palm rotation is typically used to stop your opponent's attack. However, in this clip, I can't afford to get hit by his Onyx Chidori, which would take away my substitution, so instead I activate 8 trigrams palm rotation in order to quickly drop down to evade his attack. Now these Ashiki rods are a great way to stop any attack that isn't armored and will set you up for melee or jutsu attacks because of the drop down and slowed speed after getting hit by it. However, you must find a way to mix it up into your fighting style because most enemies aren't standing completely still, so being able to mix it up and fit this into the fight in various ways will maximize this tool.
What's good, Hidden Cloud Shinobi? It's the right Kage, and today's tip we're going to be talking about the Kimura Kage step. Essentially, the Kimura Kage step is going to be ninjutsu canceling or summoning animal canceling. Now, the way you're going to want to do this is when you're in your dodge position, so you're holding your block button ready to dodge, as you enter a movement, you're going to want to do your ninjutsu sign or your summoning animal sign cancel. So as you push the summoning animal, you're also going to dodge at the same time. As you can see, using the summoning animal and picking a direction to dodge at the same time in consecutive order with each other allows you to dodge multiple opponents, create space, and dodge those certain ninjutsus and attacks that you never thought was dodgeable before. Believe you me, you're going to want to check out some movement guides on how to do the Kimura Kage step, because this will definitely upgrade your movement on the battlefield, overall upgrading your arsenal. Thank you, Shinobi.
Okay, so moving into step or tip 5. If you watch my content, you hear me mention this a lot because it's highly, highly important. It says the saying by Itachi goes, every jutsu has a weakness. This also applies to people. As players, we all have patterns and ways we do things typically. And as a fighter, finding ways to exploit those patterns and turn them against your enemy will always work in your favor, especially if you're fighting someone with the inability to adapt. So let's talk windows of opportunity. So when fighting, there are opportunities or openings that you need to take advantage of. Some of these openings will be very small, and then some of these openings will be very large. There are jutsus, tools, and just plain movement tactics that have instances where the enemy completely stops or severely slows down because of an action that they did or that you forced them to do. So recognizing these actions will allow you to formulate how you will use your build in order to capitalize on these openings. This is something that takes a little recognition. You have to play the game in order to visualize these and then predict or react to when they're happening. Okay, so tip number 7, fighting at low health. And with this being the last tip, I'm gonna just let this gameplay play out in the background for you guys. But instinctively, you might want to run while you are low health. But let me tell you why that's bad as you're practicing to get better. Keyword practicing. If you can't train yourself to fight while you're low, you'll lose when running away is no longer an option. And we've all been in those situations plenty of times. So you need to develop and maximize the tips listed above to improve your skill when the situation arises. Forcing yourself to fight when death is imminent is a proven way to further develop every skill in this video. A gear should shift in you like your senses are heightened to a point where you're now operating at 110%, becoming like godlike in terms of movement, reaction speed, decision making, and keep this in mind. This will take practice, but that's what practice is for. Don't give up. Keep trying. Keep fighting. And you'll see a massive improvement when your back is against the wall. I appreciate y'all for tuning in to this video, man. Enjoy the rest of this gameplay. I really hope these tips help you out. If so, let me know what you think in the comment section. If you like the video, drop me a like. If you're new here, drop me a sub. That being said, I'm gonna holla at y'all, man. Until next time, y'all be easy, be smooth, stay blessed. Peace. This shit is so goddamn laggy. Hits ain't even attacking right now. Itachi.